So next we're going to go through the methods that the observer supports. So an observable gets executed when it is subscribed. As soon as we subscribe to it, the observer actually gets executed, and an observer is an object with three methods. So we have the next method, we have the complete method, and we have the error method. So what the next method does is it will send values like a number, string, object, whatever we want to pass in, and it will basically send it over to the subscriber. Unlike a function, when you return, it will finish. This one, no, it will keep sending. It will keep sending values until we tell it it's completed. So let's just to explain the next, as we have shown you, when we did my observable, it returned it to the subscriber, and we were able to console.log it. So now we can even do an object. Let's instead of returning a string, let's also return an object as well on top of that string that we have just returned. So we'll do subscriber.next, and let's return an object now. And for this object, we're going to give it a name. So it's going to be like a name of the person. So just do Alex, and for example, surname John. And we should return this object. We should be able to return this object back to the subscribe function. So if we were to execute this code, we should get the my observable and the actual object that we are returning. Okay, so now let's go on the complete. So this complete method, it will not send any values and indicates the observable has finished, so it has completed. So we can keep on returning using the next function, the next method, until we call complete. Once we call complete, that means that's it, the observable has finished executing. And another method that observable has is the error. So let's just do the completed now. So let's do subscriber.complete. So now we want to check the state of the observable. To do this, we will use the third parameter of the subscribe function. So the subscribe function, so we have observer.subscribe. We have three arguments in that subscribe function. The first one is the values and objects that are returned using the next function. The second one, the second parameter, is if we have any errors for the observable, and the third one is if it's completed or not. So we're going to implement the error. So the error is basically whatever error comes from the observable. If there's any errors during the observable's execution, then it will return it inside the error parameter. So let's implement the error as well over here, so we can implement the third one as well. So we'll do e and then console.log e. So in order to basically catch the error and return it, we need to actually do try the code and catch if there's any errors. So we'll do try, and we'll paste in the code over here, and then we'll do catch after the try, and then we'll catch for e. So we'll call the parameter that is returned from the error catcher is e, and then we would do subscriber.error, and then we're going to pass in e, and that should pass in the error object back to the subscriber function, and we can access it right over here. And then the third one is we're going to check if it's completed. So we're going to do just going to pass in the arrow function and say that console.log this observable has completed. So now when we do subscriber.complete, it would basically execute this observable is completed console.log function. So let's go ahead and test this out. So let's run this program again, and as you can see, it says this observable is completed.